How do you raise money as a solo founder? One of the most successful companies I'm involved with was founded by a solo founder. This company is now worth well over $1 billion. I was fortunate to be advising this company from its start. I saw why the solo founder, Ray, was successful raising funding. In today's post, I'll share with you the 5 secrets to raise successful fundraising. You'll want to watch this even if you're not a solo founder because there's a lot we can learn from Ray's success. I hope you like it. Hi, I'm Brett. On my channel, I help early stage startup CEOs like you raise money and grow your startup. So if this sounds like you, then hit the subscribe button and the bell so you get notified every time I release a new video. Let's get started. Being involved with Ray's company is one of the highlights of my career. It's the story of a solo founder who had a vision of how to change the world of high-performance computing. It's a story about grit, hard work, and belief. It's a story about being told, no, you're wrong, over and over again, yet staying true to his vision and never giving up. This leads to number 1 on our list. You'll need a better idea than other founders. Let's start at the beginning. I was introduced to Ray through our mutual friend Eric, who asked me to meet with Ray. At the time, Ray just had an idea of how to revolutionize the world of high-performance computing. The thing that really impressed me was the elegance of the idea. It was unbelievably simple in concept, and if successful, it would produce a 100x, and that's no lie, 100x improvement in performance. And it did, by the way. It was the power of Ray's idea that would overcome any initial concerns investors had about Ray being a solo founder. However, it was just Ray. There wasn't a co-founder. So investors are going to view you, if you're in Ray's situation, as a riskier bet versus a multiple founder team. I'll explain why this is true in the next section, which brings us to number 2 on our list. Number 2, you'll need to acknowledge the risk of being a solo founder. Put yourself in the position of being an investor. You have a list of things you want to see before you invest. You start with a great idea going after a big market. Ray had that. Then the next thing you want is a team that is capable of executing the plan for the next stage of the company's life. Usually a startup raising early stage funding has at least 2 co-founders. One co-founder is the technology person and the other co-founder is the business person. It is very rare that you're going to find all the skills necessary to build a company in one person. And Ray was no exception. He was and he still is a brilliant technologist, and that's critical. However, it's not enough to start a company. You need more. You can't, as a solo founder, tell investors that you don't need a VP of engineering or a CTO or a VP of marketing or whatever it is that you will need. If you do that, you will not raise money because you're not acknowledging the obvious. Instead, you need to lean directly into the problem, and that's exactly what Ray did. He had a plan. Not only did he have a plan, he already had the people lined up. This was good, but it might not be enough. And this leads directly to our next point, number 3 on our list. Number 3. You need to be flexible. There are some things you can bend on, and there are some things that you can't bend on. For example, many investors wanted Ray to focus on a larger, more obvious market than the one that he wanted to focus on. Ray felt correctly that this would hurt his chances of success. There wasn't a good match between these investors and Ray. So he passed on working with this group. However, the investors that agreed with Ray's market strategy had a different ask before giving him a term sheet. They wanted him to add an executive to the team. The investors had a specific person in mind. This wasn't in the plan. So the question was, what should Ray do? There wasn't an issue about the quality of the person or his fit. However, there were other issues, much more difficult issues, that the investors were demanding regarding the hire. There would be no deal and no funding without accepting the investors' conditions. We had a lot of conversations about what to do. Ray didn't like the conditions, but none of the conditions were going to change the financial outlook of the company. And when it comes to people, you've got to be flexible. So Ray agreed to the investors' terms, and he added this person to the team. There's more. Let's move on to number 4 on our list. Number 4, you need to show that you can recruit. It's amazing how raising money as a solo founder revolves around showing you can recruit. This is a critical piece of the puzzle as a solo founder. Even though you are founding the team by yourself, you want to have a team ready to go after you raise funding. Ray had a team of engineers ready to go. I did a similar thing when I was starting my company. This is a super smart move for a couple of reasons. First, recruiting is a muscle. Like any muscle, you need to continually exercise that muscle. Second, you always want more talent lined up for the next stage of your company, and continuously recruiting is a great way to do it. Let's move on to the final piece of the puzzle to successfully raise money. Number 5 on our list. Number 5, you want to try and recruit a co-founder if you can. Yeah, I know, this sounds backwards, but it isn't. Hear me out. The idea isn't to start your company as a solo founder. The idea is to get the best people in the company as quickly as possible at the appropriate time. You'll greatly increase your chances of raising money if you act this way. More importantly, you greatly increase your chances of success. Let's get back to Ray's story. He was an accidental solo founder. He had someone who was going to be his co-founder. However, this person couldn't convince his wife that he should quit his job. Remember how step 4 was about always having talent lined up. He became the first person to join Ray's company after the funding closed. Now, if this content is resonating with you, then please hit the like button right now. One final thought. Don't make being a solo founder about control or having more equity. Instead, just focus on building the best company you can have. If that means you have 4 co-founders like I had, then so be it. If that means you have no co-founders, then so be it. Just don't delay adding a great person to the team because you want the majority of the equity for yourself. Now, what did you learn from today's video? Put your answer in the comments column below today's video. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments column too, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Now, I have one more thing for you today. It's my free startup pitch deck template. It has all the slides you need to develop an awesome pitch deck. Click the link below today's video, and it's yours for free. And for more great content, click on the video at the end of today's video. And if you haven't already, then click the subscribe button to get notified every time I release a new video. I'm Brett at brettjfox.com. Thanks for watching today. Take care. Bye.